Welcome to a new episode of Reservations for One with Bills. We are back. This is the pre-Valentine's Day episode. I didn't get to do a Valentine's Day episode because I was preoccupied, and fuck Valentine's Day. Unless you had a good Valentine's Day, then if you had a good Valentine's Day, shout out to Valentine's Day. But if you had a bad Valentine's Day, fuck Valentine's Day. It is a man-made holiday. Now I'm not one of those niggas. Shout out to all the niggas that that got away with telling their girl they not celebrating Valentine's Day because it's a man-made holiday. You a bad motherfucker. And ladies, if you allowed that from a nigga, then you deserve any bad thing that happened to you. Don't let these niggas out here. I'm on both people's side. If you got away with it, then shout out to you. But if a nigga did that to you, then you a sucker, ladies. Don't let no man do that to you. Valentine's Day is a joyous holiday. It's your holiday. Who gives a fuck if it's man-made? It's just something that, for the fake romantics. I'm very romantic, so I would love to have had a great Valentine's Day. Oh, I do want to give on a more serious note, I want to say rest in peace to Pop Smoke, Brooklyn drill artist that was on the come up. He's about to be a star, man, and he got tragically killed over the I think it was yesterday, man, and that was just shocking to me. Like when I woke up and saw it, I thought it was fake, man. 2020 is just, this year is just fucking crazy, man. I don't know what's been going on with 2020. Shout out my son Bear the Prince, man. Hold your head, Bear. Shout out to Rico and y'all, man. Hold your head, man. Damn, man. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. And what else? I watched the Democratic debate last night. I'm not gonna front. I'm either voting for Bernie or Warren. At this point, I don't care which one of them win. And because Bernie is my dude. I fuck with Bernie heavy. But Warren, she handed Bloomberg ass to him. Handed his ass to him. Like, you gotta respect her for that. She was just smoking him. Like, and that just meant I've been Team Warren. I was more Bernie. But I was like, I'm okay with Warren. Now I'm like, yo, whichever one of them, I'm equally invested in Bernie or Warren, and cause Warren doing her thing. Like, do Warren got anything? Cause they got the Bernie Bros, and do Warren got a crew? I don't know, but yo, shout out to the Bernie Bros. I don't know, man. I think the Bernie Bros are fake. I think there's somebody like who's on a smear campaign to make Bernie look bad, and they started the Bernie Bros because the Bernie Bros is out here beating people up, harassing people online. Like, Bernie Bros will fuck you up. Bernie Bros will ruin your life. So I don't. Bernie, look at Bernie Sanders. Like, he would not preach no type of violence. He would not like appreciate anything that the Bernie Bros is doing. That's why I think that somebody would because that's mad easy to do. If you just want to ruin somebody's reputation, you could just get like 50 people that act like they pro this person and just act mad erratic and just like have mad bad behavior, and it'll like show like a bad representation of that person. So I do think the Bernie Bros are that. Like, I think the Bernie Bros is somebody who fucking don't like Bernie, so they out here doing the opposite of his message and just making him look bad. But now I think about it, I'd fuck somebody up for Bernie Sanders. I'm not gonna lie. I would argue with somebody online for Bernie Sanders. So maybe I'm a Bernie bro. Maybe Bernie bros are real, because I would literally punch somebody in the fucking face for Bernie Sanders. I do it for Elizabeth Warren now too. So I don't know, man. But shout out to Bloomberg for getting his ass handed to him. I mean, and deservingly so. Deservingly so, man. Bloomberg did a lot of bad to a lot of people in New York City when he was the fucking mayor, the governor here, whatever the fuck he was. And fuck Bloomberg for all of that, man. I know a lot of people like, oh, Bloomberg is going to help this. Nah, man, fuck that. I'm not Team Bloomberg at all. Nothing against him personally, but I've already seen what he did in the political office, so I can't really get behind him at all. Because but I know people want Bloomberg to win because he's money. He's a money man. So I know a lot of the billionaires would rather Bloomberg in, because Warren and Bernie going to tax the shit out their ass. But fuck it. The I'm starting to think I never really agreed with that. Like, oh, billionaires need to be taxed higher. Like, but the shit when I started doing researching into it, the shit that they get away with and the shit that they do is ridiculous. And it's cool though too, because I'm a player. Like, if you play the system and you could cheat the system and win, fuck it, I'm all for that, because I myself is a person that way. But at some point you got to give back. Like, I feel like that's why people say it's no good billionaires, because like, they don't really do nothing. No, they do little philanthropy work. Of course, listen, they do it. I know people quick to bring up like, oh, they did this, they did that, but that's just a minuscule scale. Like, with great power comes great responsibility. I feel like the higher up you are, the more you should be doing. So I'm like, fuck it, man. Because I feel like, a lot of the billionaires now, like, everybody want to be the richest man in history. People want to instill their legacy forever. Like, when they gone, like, let their shit live on forever. But legacy means nothing if there's no people. Like, what if the fucking ozone layer, what if fucking global warming, fucking hurricanes come and kill fucking everybody and there's nobody left to remember you? So you gotta kind of preserve the environment too, if that's a part of what legacy is to you. Like, if you want your legacy to live on, you gotta fucking help the people live on. You can't let the fucking all the homeless people die out and all the poor people fucking middle class. Like, you gotta help preserve the people too, because if there's no people, then there's no legacy. Like, my grandmother, she was 98 when she passed away, and I remember her showing me pictures of this man that she had. One, I was like, how do you even have a picture? Because I didn't even know they had pictures back then. She's from Mexico, and she showed me the picture of this man, and she told me he had like $3 trillion. So he had a camera back then. Like, he had technology that people didn't have already. And she just was telling me like secret, like, yo, like, the government came, or she don't know who it was. Like, she just assumed it was the government, because as she get knowledge later, came and wiped it, like, killed, took out all his statues, took out his family, took out everybody that remember him. So burnt all his stuff, so there's nothing to remember him by. So it's like the guy never even existed. So he could have been the richest man in history, and the fact that his legacy is gone because every trace of him is gone, and probably only stories about him is left, and very little stories, because they even got rid of the people that knew him. I'm completely making this up though, because I've never met my grandmother. She was Mexican though, but I was just showing you how it seems plausible. I said it with confidence enough that some people might believe it, but I was just trying to get my point across. But shout out to my grandmother. Oh, and shout out to the people who watch TV on even numbers. I thought I was like I thought I was kind of like, kind of strange for that. Is that OCD? That's not really OCD. It's just like, how the fuck could you watch TV on like 17? Like, that's fucking weird to me. There's people who do multiples of fives. I got to be in the mood for multiple of five, like 15, 25, maybe 25, because 26 might be too loud. So maybe you could do 25. No, it got to be past 35. Under 35, then I could do multiples of five. But I don't know, man. But shout out to the people who watch TV on even numbers, because that's fucking pretty dope. And let's get into some Ask Sad Pits. I think got a few questions, got a few emails. Let me pull them up. Dear Bills, what's some good Valentine's Day ideas on a budget? I'm trying to show this girl I'm dating a good time, but the money is tight right now. God damn, my brother, I'm sorry that I left you out there like this, and I didn't do an episode for Valentine's Day, the week of Valentine's Day, but still answer this question. You could have just got flowers. Flowers are pretty cheap, and everybody always appreciate flowers. Women really appreciate flowers. It's a very nice gesture to like to give somebody flowers. Could have went to like it matters what. I wish I knew what city you lived in. If you was like in a cold city, it'd be kind of hard, because you can't do no picnic or no walks in the park or something. But like, if you were in a cold city, you could fucking fake a robbery. Like, tell one of your friends to try to snatch her purse. Like, you take her to a walk in the park and tell one of her friends try to snatch her purse, and you beat the shit out of him. Like, yo, fuck it, and just let him get out of there, and don't let him get arrested. But that she'll think you mad gangster for that. That's mad sweet. Fucking, I don't know. Like, it's a lot of sweet shit. It depends on what city you're from. Like, if this is the summertime, that's why Valentine's Day should be in the summertime for New York. Like Valentine's Day should be in the summertime because it's so much relationship shit to do for cheap in the summertime in New York City. New York City is one of the better cities to date in the summertime, and that's why that's why it's impossible to be faithful here in New York City. It's like you could go on a date every fucking day here. It's just you got to date like 50 people just for one summer here. All right, what's the next one? First and foremost, Bill, podcast Bills over Twitter Bills. He's cool and way less toxic. You be dropping some perspective I agree with. LOL. My question is, what's your beef with Geminis? And I mean, yeah, I kind of guess because Twitter is like, I don't got the heart to say some of the shit that I type. So that's basically why that Twitter Bills and podcast Bills are a little different. Like, I don't see when you type it, you could just send it and it's over. Like, I don't have the heart to physically say those things. And but I'm still the same person both places. And what's my beef with Geminis? What do you mean? Geminis have beef with everybody. I don't think anyone gets along with Geminis. I'm not big into zodiacs, but I know Geminis are horrible people, and they just fucking the worst people ever. So everyone has beef with Geminis. It's not just me. You need to ask Geminis what's y'all beef with everybody else. Why everybody got a problem with y'all? Maybe y'all the problem. Maybe y'all doing something wrong. Y'all definitely are, matter of fact. So there's that. Bills, how long should I message someone on a dating app before meeting up? I don't know, because I'm not on dating apps. I don't fuck with dating apps. I get my women the old fashioned way, through DMs or IG or through fucking Twitter or fake in person. I don't know. Dating apps just rub me the wrong way, but that's cool because everything ain't for everybody. That's what I realized. Like, I don't even diss people who on dating apps. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Like, I wouldn't date nobody on a dating app, and that's just me personally. That don't mean that dating apps is bad. That's just not something I fuck with. And so I wouldn't know how long you should message someone before meeting up. But shit, fuck it, the first day. If anything, if I meet a girl in person, I want to see her the next day. If I meet in the daytime, I'm trying to see her later that night. So as soon as possible. So as soon as you can get someone to message, as soon as you can get them to meet up with you, you should meet up with them. Like, whether it be that day, that hour, that minute, fuck it. Like, time is short. Life is short, man. Time is flying. So get them as soon as fucking possible. Bills, do you think not having a IG is affecting my dating life? It matters though. If you don't got no drip, if you don't got like no Gucci belts or no fly kicks or no good shirts, then no. Like, if you just some smart nigga, then just stay on Twitter and shit where she could like you for your mind. But if you got like a few Gucci belts and if you know how to put your shit well together, if you dress well, then you definitely need to be on IG, because people are fucking shallow. There are people who might not like your attitude or might not like your brain, but fuck with your IG. Like, oh, this nigga, this nigga get dressed, this nigga do that. And if you pick cool captions is definitely, that might even be better than a cool picture, because cool captions show wit, but you do gotta have an okay picture. Like, you gotta have some drip and show mad wit in your captions, or like good songs that people fuck with, that women might like and shit like that. Just show you cool. But if you just some smart nigga that listen to like real hip hop and shit like that, then maybe you should just stay on Twitter with and just stay in your loop. All right. But that's this week's edition of Ask Sad Pit. And that's it for the Reservations for One podcast. You can email me at asksadpit@gmail.com if you got any questions. That's asksadpitt@gmail.com if you got any more questions. And I do say rest in peace to Pop Smoke again one more time. And we out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. I forgot to say that. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and yada yada. And the YouTube. People on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe. People on SoundCloud. People on iTunes. People have been asking me to get it on Spotify. I'm going to work on that this week to get it on Spotify. We out of here.